The midsize SUV segment used to dominate the American marketplace, but today it's kind of a shell of what it used to be. But thanks to cars like this Jeep Grand Cherokee, there's still some hope for those of you who really need a car like this, and I'm going to tell you why. The Jeep brand has been around for over 70 years. It all started back in World War II when they made military vehicles. Today, they make some wonderful passenger cars like this Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, this is a 5-passenger unibody vehicle. It's very capable, even though it's not a body on frame as you would expect many Jeeps to be, has some really very intelligent off-road capabilities that we'll discuss in a second. The Grand Cherokee is available with 2 engine options. There's a V8 and a V6 that you see here. 3.6 liter V6 with variable valve timing. It's a very capable engine, and if you look at the segment, the horsepower is right where everybody else is. Jeep has made a lot of improvements, especially to the interior of the Grand Cherokee. Everything is much higher quality, softer materials, higher quality materials, and also gone are some of those crazy woods. As you can see, this black wood here just really blends nicely with the metal accents here, and all the materials are much softer. And you know, the old Jeeps were very kind of hard and edgy plastic, very cheap. You can tell when you get in here that this is definitely a premium vehicle. You know, when Jeep first started making 4-wheel drive vehicles, it was very simple. You were either in 4-wheel drive or you weren't. Now it's much more sophisticated. So what we have here is several settings, starting with auto, which is the one you would stay in most of the time, which is predominantly a 2-wheel drive system. But there are several settings from sport to snow, sand and mud, and rock. Now you might think, well, is there really a difference? The answer is yes, there is, because each one of those types of roads are going to yield different traction problems for any car. And this vehicle is so sophisticated that it can recognize that and make certain adjustments so that if you do find yourself in snow or in sand, guess what? This car knows how to handle it. Grand Cherokee starts at around $29,000. As you see this vehicle equipped with all-wheel drive, you got the leather navigation, you're closer to $40,000. And if you add the V8 and some additional options, you can easily hit $45,000. I think the average transaction price is going to be about $35,000, which is comparable to the competitors, which are Ford Explorer, Toyota 4Runner, and Nissan Pathfinder. We spent a full week with the Grand Cherokee, put about 600 miles on it, and really didn't have a whole lot to complain about. Now, fuel economy, we averaged about 16.3. It's rated at 23 highways, 16 in the city, but to be honest with you, 17, 18 is probably a more realistic average. And the car is just wonderful to drive. It's great on the city or highway, and it's very comfortable. The seats are really upgraded from the previous model. I really like the information center in the middle here. It gives you everything you need to know in an instant, and it's just a tremendous improvement from the outgoing model. And when you look at the rest of the segment, really only the Ford Explorer, I think, rivals it as far as features. So there you have it, Jeep Grand Cherokee, still a great American family car.